I am. I woke up. Check out my little fire going back here. It is 52 degrees here this morning in Plum Grove. Feels great. I wish we had some rain. It's still dry as a bone. A lot of guys got a lot of rain over the weekend. Storms come through. A lot of good morning. Good morning. You know, I'm having a problem seeing this here screen because all you guys, good morning, y'all. That sun, I'm going to move it, I think. It's right in my eyes. I'm going to try it. I don't know where I can get that sunlight. That turns sideways. How's that? Yeah, I can see. I can see a little bit better. Hang on. You hang on a little bit. My chair's good around here. Okay. Yeah, I can see better now. All right, good morning. Uh, yeah, see my little fire going there? Feels good on my back. Feels good on my back. Good morning from England there. Good morning. Got it. Before we get started, a good report from Connie Hill. You know, we pray for everybody and stuff, and she says the prayers work because her son, uh, what was, hang on, he had an MRI done, and it come back good. It come back good. And I can't remember his name right off, but it was Connie Hill's son. I have too many names in my head sometimes. Yeah, but some of them are special, like they got a special name, Ronnie. Special name. No, anyway, guys, yeah, she said she wanted to thank everybody for the prayers. Her son, his MRI come back great, and so he won't have to do another one for another year. And she's thankful for all that. And Peggy Coleman's not going to be here this morning. She has it's her grocery day, and want everybody to pray for her too. Though she has some health issues that's going on, and her dog Lacey. Also, Reba is in the hospital this morning. So remember Reba, okay? Her and Ray. She is having chest pains, and they put her in the hospital. They're going to run some tests this morning. So we got to pray for her. Then we'll go over our list here in a little bit. We've got a lot of other people, you know, still on our list. Jackie and Rebecca and a whole lot of folks. But all right, Anna Marie Yaza. And good morning, Thomas. Thomas is a good man. I don't care what Ronnie says. He's a good man. And good morning, Bill. It's good to see you. Deborah Barnes. That sun is still kind of interfering with my good eye. Neither one of them real good, but I still see. Anyway, yeah, 52 degrees here this morning. And over the weekend, a lot of you folks had some terrible storms. Ronnie called me Saturday. I guess it's Saturday, yeah. And said they was under tornado watch. And I'm looking around, I says, Lord, ain't a cloud nowhere around here. And then anyway, they got a lot of rain and winds and stuff, and no tornado got them. And I think Steve said it's coming through their place, I think Saturday night about midnight, so up in Tennessee. Got a picture from Steve, a photo this morning from Steve, and showed, couldn't you hardly see his front yard, the fog was so thick. But anyway, weather's changing. And Amy, I do notice you, sweetie. Don't get upset. I can't see everybody. I can't see everybody's name, baby. The names are kind of dim. They're smaller, dim, and it just, I see the comment, but they go by so fast, Amy. They go by so fast we can't see everybody's name. Good morning, Vera. We love you too, sweetie. Uh, if they went by slow, I could call off everybody's name, but they get going so fast, there's just no way I can keep it going. Okay? Uh, Especially if I'm trying to read something or tell you something, then it just, a bunch of them go zip, 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 zip. Uh, anyway, uh, yeah, we love Vera. Uh, we had projects done here on Saturday. Uh, get a regular video of it tomorrow. Uh, got a lot done. Actually, a lot done yesterday afternoon in the house. I had some work done Saturday out here. Got some guys to help. We got some work done here in the yard, and I'll show you that on my video tomorrow morning. It's really neat. Something we really needed. You're gonna need it quick here, pretty quick. Gonna need it. And but yesterday, Dan and a buddy come down Saturday and did some work in the girls' room, mounted a TV for them and stuff like that. And G and I hung a bunch of pictures and stuff, and had a good time. Lex come over and helped us out a little bit in the room. He's tall. Then we was talking about beds and for his room, and he said, "What bed will I be getting?" And she said, "Well, probably the bed that's in the girls' room now can come over, you know." And he said, "Where will Connor sleep?" Good question. Good. And she said, "Well, I was thinking about maybe getting a slide bed, and another one slides out." And I said, "I don't think it's a good idea, G." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Well, if the guy on top wants to get up, step over on the other one, you know." But I said, and he said, "Well, what about?" He said, "Well, gee, what about bunk beds? Could we get bunk beds?" He said, "Well, I didn't think you'd like bunk beds." He said, "Oh, yeah, I think bunk beds are great, gee." Yeah, it's trundle bed. Is that what you call them? But he said, yeah, him and then Connor come by, and I said something about his Connor. I'd love. He said, "Well, I got bunk beds now. I'd love bunk beds. I love bunk beds." So I told you, let's just get them. Amazon's got them pretty cheap. Let's just get them a bunk bed. They'll send them to you in about 10,000 pieces, but we'll get Bree. Bree's smart. Don't tell her I said that. Don't tell her I said that. And I'll shame her a little bit. Go help your old PawPaw, baby. That's what you got to do. You got to play everything you got. Everything you got to play it. If it's bad knees, bad eyes, old, crippled up, whatever works, use it. Use it on them. Anyway, yeah. So I said I'm gonna order them one. I picked them out one I think pretty nice, and it's pretty cheap. And I didn't want one rickety and fall over, and it said it wouldn't. It says very sturdy and stuff like that. Built in something that keeps them tipping over and all that. But they're big enough now. They don't get in there and play and wrestle in the beds and stuff. They just get in there and lay up in their beds and talk and watch TV and play their games and stuff. And now they got to be pretty neat. Connor likes the top, and Lex will probably take the bottom, or vice versa. It won't matter to me. But they'll have their two beds, and Ben ain't gonna like it. When Ben spends the night over, if he stays over at night at all, he'll say, "I don't like the bunk. Go to the camper, but or go home. Go to the camper, or go home." But no, it'll be fine. But so we're gonna do that. Kim and Dan hooked up the toilet, and she was missing a couple of bolts that didn't come in the box. So she said, "I'll just run up to the hardware store this morning and get them, and I'll put them in later." They got it set, hole drilled through the floor and everything, and we'll probably wait till we get the sink coming down and the kitchen sink come down, then we can bring them all together and then run the septic line on down into the septic. The wash machine for sure will just be gray water. It'll go out in that dry yard back there, so dry now. But it's sandy hill, and your water soaks right up. You only see it 10 minutes after run out, so it's not a big deal. It'll help the grass, but that'll be easy enough to do there too. So we're getting there. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the prayers and hugs. Thank you. How's Molly feeling? Guys want to know. All right. I have built bunk beds before. I can. I've built them before, and I built a framework out of 2x6s and plywood, and they came out real good. But I think these will be better than probably what I do. I'm looking great, Terry. Thank you. I am looking great, Ronnie. Terry said so. When y'all guys tell me I look good or I look dapper, Ronnie just rolls over that bed of his and starts slinging Cheetos everywhere. You can't take it. Yeah, Ray told me last night she's having a stress test this morning. Yeah, some tests from the chest pains. We're praying for her. And you too, buddy. Pray for Miss Molly. Jocking his Scott cap. I guess that's supposed to be good, a jock. He's a jock there. No, Ronnie, not a jock strap. Yeah, Ronnie, you always got to explain stuff to him. Okay. And also today, I'll make a video to it. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cute. Besides my chores I got to do, I'm going to try to go work on that fence. If Ben shows or if Ben don't show, I'll go anyway. But I'm going to try to bring, or will bring, little Mary Ann, little Ginger, and Baby if she wants to come. Sometimes Baby don't like to leave the group. She's kind of made friends with Cuddles. You know, they're the same breed. They're boar goats. So maybe she says, I don't like hanging out with them little girls no more. But at the same time, she likes to sleep with them. But anyway, I'm going to bring them over today to hang out with Piggly. Yeah, to hang out. Fire getting a little warm down my back. Oh, that's a scooted up. Yeah, sun's up a little bit more. Yeah, scooted away from that fire. Bree has moved little Piggly over here. Y'all probably seen that. Little Piggly over here next to the chicken house. And she got that little shed there, little building. She says, little goats can live in there, you know. And I said, well, I'll build them a platform. They'd like to sleep up high. They said, that'd be great. Piggly underneath and they're high. Thank you, Kathy. I think it said Kathy. Thank you. The old misfits here. But anyway, that's going to be some misfits over there, I guarantee you. Them two little girls and that little pig, I'm anxious to see how they get along. They will eventually become friends, I guarantee. But I can see little Mary Ann there, and they're rearing up, you know, there. Little pig to be looking like, what's wrong with you, goat? I'm not a goat. Lots of Ohio people here today. Well, thank you. We love Ohio. Yeah, we do. Good morning there, Christine. Yeah. Yeah. Piggly is Bree's pig, and her little black pig. And that's the cutest little thing in the world. She would come over, you know, when I'm feeding up, and I'd feed her, along with the geese. The geese would see me feeding here, they'd come too. I think it's cute. I love doing that. And sometimes the ducks would come, but they come out there and hang out with Dan's old Moochie chickens. They come for breakfast. Everybody comes for breakfast. But I love feeding them. And I love sitting out there with them, watching them geese, you know, come up there. Everybody's scared of them geese. They haven't tried to bother me a bit, you know. Maybe they know I'm giving them feed. I don't know. Pray for Peggy's daughter. Yep, okay. Uh, I haven't got to talk to Ronnie yet this morning. Normally we get to chatting pretty early. I was running late this morning. My day started, Monday again, like thank you, Kay, like normal. I was up at 4:30 and I locked the doors and let the dogs out. Then I went sit on the couch with them. And I dozed off a little bit. Barely dozed off. I guess about in the 5 o'clock. Dustin's here. 30 minutes just kind of relaxing with the baby. She got up with the baby and give her a bottle and change her little clothes and stuff. And I think she stayed up. Well, I know she did because I got up this morning. When I did get up, she woke me. She says, after 7, you got a live this morning, right? Oh, yeah, thank you. I'd have got up and I heard the clock go off. I was just dreaming, still dreaming. And I know she got up, she'd already folded clothes. I could see clothes all, beds were made, clothes stacked on the bed, all folded. But she didn't make a lot of noise this time like she did the other day, banging around, clattering and stuff. Dishes had been the dishes were all put away last night, so she did. But then I noticed my little small tote I keep all my vitamins in. I take a lot of supplements. That's the way I have this youthful look, youthful skin. Roddy says smooth. It's supplements, Roddy. It ain't Dr. Pepper. It ain't Cheetos. Anyway, she had them all stacked out on the table, on the bar. What are you doing, baby? She said, well, I just took your little tub, but you keep that in and wash it all up. Okay, it wasn't dirty. It stays in the cabinet. Well, I thought I'd do it. Okay. Anyway. Good morning, Sandy. Mojo, thank you. Good morning, Mojo. Gotta get way up close to read these names. Terry, good morning. Oh, handsome. Yeah, thank you. Right here. I pick on him more than anybody, I guess, in the world besides Thomas and Jimmy pick on him too. Jimmy's a sweet man. Jimmy. I always call him Sweet Jimmy. And now I don't love Jimmy. He's my friend. I'm not in love with him. No, I love him. Yeah, he's a really awesome guy. But Sweet Jimmy, and that's just to irritate Ronnie. I said, how's Sweet Jimmy doing? Sweet Jimmy. He starts saying, you and Sweet Jimmy can just go to the devil. Then Thomas up in Alaska, he cranks up, gets going with Roddy, and instigates. He's an instigator. A good man, though. Terry Bodine, good morning. Good morning. Jacqueline, I think it was. Amy, good morning. Pray for Ronnie, yeah. Like I said, I haven't talked to Ronnie. I don't know if something's going on this morning. Besides, I know Donnie's not doing well. Not doing well at all. And I know Ronnie's very depressed. So we haven't been picking on him because we only say enough things just kind of cheer him up. Just try to cheer him up. Jamie got bit by one of those furry worms. Is that what you're telling me? Someone said she got something happened to her. Yeah, Donnie and Ronnie are twins. And yeah, Parsons Caterpillar, yeah, I know what they are. Yeah. Uh, and they're, yeah, she got stuck by one, yeah. I've never been stuck by one. I know that I've been told all my life they're part to stay away from them. And, but I guess you want to get you. But Ronnie and Donnie, real close. They've been close, well, they've been close all their lives, you know. But I joked them back when everybody was healthy. You know, you didn't mind joking people. And I said, you know, and in fact, I told Donnie this too. I talked to Donnie on the phone a couple times. It's been a year or so ago. And talking to him about Ronnie. Yeah. And that's what, you know, and I told Ronnie also, I said, you know, when you guys were born, you know, doctors normally slapping babies to get them going. You know, they slap their little butts. So you two were born, doctor slapped your mama. I love them guys. Them guys are awesome guys. And I pray for Donnie. I do pray for Ronnie too, that, you know, things will work out. But you know, Donnie will go to a better place when Donnie leaves here. I've told Ronnie that too. I said, look here, you know, he's a Christian. And in our belief as Christians, that when he leaves here, he's going to go to a lot better place. He ain't going to want to come back. He's going to be anything and everything he would ever dream, and more so, will be there. And so what I do, I worry about Ronnie. You know, and I told him so. I said, look, I worry about you. Because of y'all being so close, you know. So that's going to be tough on him. Anyway, I ain't going to preach to you. I ain't going to preach to you. If I preach to you, I got to preach to myself. We had a great time yesterday. The bike that I worked on out there, the bike itself, seriously, well, it's not hard. It's a nice, beautiful bike. And but I wanted it for dust. And I said, Dust will love this thing because it's powerful. It's built for, you know, some of them have, you know, 300-pound weight limits and stuff like this. It's like 500 pounds, you know. But Dust is 260 pounds. And I didn't want, you know, and this was like it was. And when they offered it to us, yeah, I'd love to have it for Dusty. But I put it together. The only difficult part about it was the child seat. It comes separate. And then you had to take that seat back off and put the child seat on it. But you had to take it all apart. Well, there's like 3 or 4 different things you had to take apart, and every one of them had about 9 or 10 screws and bolts in them. But you had to take the cushion off, and then it had the bolt underneath the frame. Then to put the cushion back on, it had to be bolted back on. Then you put the whole thing back on the bike. It was just a big process, you know, and that part I didn't like, but it's over there now, and it worked out great. Dust took the girls for a ride, and that's going to be your video, I think. Well, next week. I've got to wait for a link. I told them to send me a link for it. I've got videos made. But Dust got it. I said after dinner, I said, I got a gift for you. What you got? And I said, he didn't know I was making it. I was putting it together for him. So come out here to the barns. They come out. I went over all the details with him. And I said, it's yours. He said, mine. He said, yeah, it's yours. Get on it right. I said, don't wreck it. Don't wreck it. He had a blast. He went up and down the driveway a dozen times by himself, all out through the yards. And I said, that's the child seat there. So he went and he got both them little girls, Coda Bear and Carly. And each one of them got to ride, and they come by just waving their little arms away. They having the best time sitting on that thing. So I was tickled pink that I did it. I don't like doing those things, but I did it. And that one was probably the most special. Well, the ones I did for G, was special too for her, but that one's really special for Dusty, because he'd be able to go to the river on that thing. And, it's powerful. It's got the knobby tires. He can run up and down them sand hills back there, and he'll really enjoy it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got to talk to Ronnie this morning. So I'm not really knowing exactly what's happened since last night. I haven't got nothing from Ronnie this morning. Good morning, Lester. Good morning. Yeah, Ronnie is loved by everybody on this channel. I guess everybody loves Ronnie. He's been with me, I guess, since the first time I made a video. And we kind of hooked up right away, on telephone. And we found out that I've met him twice in Louisiana. Found out that we grew up the same way. Same way. Grew up, sat by the old wood heaters, gathered firewood. Our parents did about the same kind of stuff. We did the same kind of stuff, milking old cows, and just a little bit of everything. And so we really had a whole lot. Good morning, William. We had a whole lot in common. We had a whole lot in common, and that kind of got us going, and we've had fun with each other ever since, picking on each other. And yeah, that's my address right there. Yes, it is. That's my address. Anyway, I keep looking to see if I got a message from Ronnie, and I don't. I don't have no messages from Ronnie this morning. Good morning, very soon, Honey Bunch. I ain't gonna go there. I'm not going there. William, it's good to have you back on here, buddy. Still sitting over there in Georgia counting your money from all that corn crop, I guess. So, yeah, I don't blame you. William had a bumper crop this year, guys. And I was asking him, I said, do you feed your cows that corn, or do you sell it? He said, I feed my cows, and what I don't have room for in his bins, and they sell. But he had, I'm thinking like 275, I may be wrong, bushels per acre. That's a lot of corn, guys. That's a lot of corn. Back in the old days, when I was just a kid, we fed our cows corn. We didn't feed hay. And now it's about all we feed is hay and some cubes. But back in the old days, we fed corn. We had our little old cornfield here, and I say little, it's big to us, Morning, Candy. Thank you so much. Welcome. Glad to have you, sweetie. Uh, we gathered that corn by hand, and I guess it's what, 20, 30 acres. And it all went into corn cribs, you know, all by hand. You know, we picked every ear by hand, and it all got hauled to the barn and put in the cribs by hand and fed during the winter to the cows by hand. And my dad had about 12, 13 old cows. And the funny thing was, back in those days, the way we fed, we had a big old barn and it had big old double doors at the back of it, back facing the pasture. And the old cows would come up in the afternoons and stand around and the doors would be closed. And there's stalls all the way around inside, stalls with gates on each stall. And nothing fancy. We're not fancy like you see some of these horse stalls you see around people have, but no, it wasn't like that. But in a feed trough, and we'd go in and pour their corn in each trough. And then we'd open them doors. And them cows knew exactly what stalls to go to. It's crazy. They'd come in, they'd go right to their stall. And if they had a calf go with them. And then we'd come along behind them, close their doors up. And later on, we started feeding hay. We'd buy hay, and we'd drop. My dad went up, and our old barn had a loft, and they had openings over each stall. And we'd drop a block to hay down in their trough to that hoe. And the next morning, they stayed in the stall all night. Next morning, thank you. You like that? Thank you. Cows are smarter. You give them credit for it. They sure are. The next morning, we'd open up all them stalls, and they'd all go out. And they'd be out all day in the pasture. Come spring, we had to clean them stalls out. You guys may call it mucking the stalls, or what do y'all call it? Well, we call it shoveling. It was a job. We had to go in each stall and shovel all that poop outside the little gate. And we're talking about a winter's worth. And then my dad had this old scoop, and I've seen somebody here a while back on Facebook had one. They said, "What is this thing?" Well, it's an old scoop that had two handles on it, but hooked behind a mule or tractor, either one, and he'd back his tractor in there, and we'd hold that scoop and scoop that stuff up and go out and you dump that scoop, dump it and go back and get another load. And we had a hill out there behind our barn, big as that camper, I guess, just big old hill of poop. But hey, you talking about garden stuff, you got to dig at it all you want for gardens. And but yeah, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And nowadays, you always feed hay out in the pasture or wherever, you know, and you got all that kind of stuff to deal with. All right, Darlene, thank you, baby. So that's the way it was with us growing up. Now, I'm sure we have a better way to feed it than what we did. Times have changed. Times have changed. G saw my thermos. She says she saw it the other day and didn't say nothing about it. Today it's sitting on by the coffee pot so I could get my coffee in it this morning. And she says, "I like that thermos." Don't even start liking it, baby. No, even start liking it. Now, if you go on a trip, I may loan it to you. Don't start liking it on a daily basis. You and Kim going to run somewhere in town and take it with you. That ain't going to happen. Okay. Yeah, Reva, tell Reva we said hello. We prayed for her. Oh, gee, and her plants. My Lord. I thought, my Lord, well, you know, there's a lot of things we could cry over besides a plant. She gets very emotional with her plants. Hang on. Good morning, Ronnie.
Hey, Gene.
Good morning, buddy.
I'm just going to give you an update on Donnie. Still about the same.
Okay.
He has fever and over 101 something fever. And he can't swallow it to give his medicine. They trying to figure some way to maybe they can get some of his medicine liquid, but he's not wanting to eat, and it's just, it's just, it's just getting close.
All right, buddy.
And
We praying for you and Donnie and the whole family, bud. Hey,
I'm gonna be all right.
well,
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. I got you, and you help me. Your talks when you do. You're my friend. You're my best friend, and I love you, and I love the people on our channel.
I know all these folks love you too, Ronnie.
I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah.
All right, love you, bud. Take care. All right, that was Ronnie. Sad when you lose a loved one, you know, and there's nothing you can do. You know, just be there for them, you know, and just really nothing you can do. You just, you know, you done it. There comes a time when God's ready for you, you're going to go. Someone said, well, your number's called. Well, I don't think we're numbers. I think we're names. I think we're very personal to Him. But when it's time for us to go, we're going to go. And but it's heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching, it really is. Yeah, I'm sad for him. You know, when you notice when I lost my brother, you know, I find myself a lot of times thinking about stuff we did together. And we probably did more together in the later part of our life than we did growing up. I mean, we grew up together and we did a lot of stuff together. But he was, you know, 4 years older than me, so naturally he started exploring the world before I did. And so then he joined the Marines and was gone before I did. But when we got older, and I'm talking much older, you know, our kids done grown and stuff. We got to working together, baling hay together and stuff like that. And I remember when I was building houses, I hired him to help me on a house once. And because they were on strike where he worked. And I hired him and a neighbor. Because I had a house way off and I need to go down and do some work on it to finish it up. And I said, I'll take you two with me and we can knock it out real quick. Well, big mistake. They laughed, they joked, they carried on. I didn't think I'd ever that was dinner all day. That should have been a 3-hour job. I was dinner all day with them two. And Lord, if I ever get out of here, I ain't bringing y'all back. But no, we had a lot of fun. But you look back on times like that, the fun times you had. You know, not, you know, brothers and sisters, they argue, you know, stuff. You don't, that don't even come back to your mind hardly, but you do think about the good times you had. And I think about the good times we had baling hay, a hot job, a tough job. He had his tractor and I had mine and went out and bought this old hay baler. Tell you a quick story on that. My old brother, you couldn't embarrass him. You could not embarrass him for nothing. Kind of like Dan. He wore a cowboy hat, shorts. Yeah. But he'd wear boots and t-shirt. And he and I went to look at his hay baler way up country somewhere, and he drove up, and I got in the truck with him. Now, oh Lord, we went to the guy's house. The guy invited us in. Come on in. You know, him and his wife's having breakfast. We went early, and it had a great time. But anyway, we ended up buying the old baler, and coming back home with it. He said, let's stop and eat. And I thought, well, we'll drive through somewhere, you know, and get something to eat. and I was still teaching, so I was still known around town. You know, I worked for the sheriff's office there, and people knew me. And he pulled up the fanciest restaurant we have in Cleveland. I think it's called, well, it's called Boyette's back then. I think it's Hot Biscuit or something now. And I said, "Bud, we ain't going in here, are we?" "Yeah, yeah, heck yeah, we going in. Come on." So I walked way back behind him like I wasn't with him. "Come on." "No, I ain't walking next to you. Big old boots and cowboy hat and t-shirt and shorts." We go in, and I'm thinking maybe nobody knows. And everybody in there knew, "Hey, G.A." So, Lord. No, we sat back there and had fun, laughed, talked. I said, I ever get out, I told you, I ever get out of here, I ain't never going nowhere in public with you again. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. But yeah, it's you miss those kind of times, you know. And out in the hay fields, there was times we had breakdowns, you know, hot, sweaty, have to get underneath that old baler and work on it and do something, you know. You know, but you look back, it's fun times, you know. I do think, and I'm serious about this, I do think when people are going through a tough time, like Ronnie's going through right now, okay? Friends mean a lot to you, you know. You guys, not just me, but you guys. It goes for all of us. A lot of folks come on here, you know, sick and having problems and lost folks and stuff. Just knowing you got somebody listening to you and feeling your pain with you, you know, to a certain amount. You know, we can't feel it like they feel it, but to a certain amount, it means a lot to them, you know. Hang on. A fire back there. There. It means a lot to them, okay? And I think it'll help him in coming days too. You guys reaching out to him, and even though Thomas and I, not so much Jimmy, but Thomas and I give him a hard time. He appreciates it because he gets it right back. And sometimes I wake up in the mornings and that's the greeting I get. It's coming right back at me. All right, meet tomorrow's. Yeah, I think Lester's picked a date, I think, in a place. I don't know if it's all been finalized. I guess it is. I don't know. I'll be the last one to know. But yeah, if they do that, well, me and OG will show up. Yeah, meet November the 15th at a park, I think, up there in Livingston, Texas. It'll be fun. And that's a long ways from a lot of you folks, you know, but that's fine. But, you know, there might be some closer that would make that trip, you know, and there'll be a lot more to see besides just us. It'll be like kind of a big trades day or whatever, all kinds of be stuff there, you know, to look at, you know. So it's kind of a trades day for, you know, there'll be all kinds of vendors and stuff there, you know. And I might try to sell old Bree. This girl's for sale. She works hard. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time, I think. Yeah, all right. Look, yeah, we better catch up real fast on our prayer list here, real quick, and our birthdays, okay? Because we're gonna be running out of time here in a minute, and I haven't even asked about birthdays. We talked about other stuff. On my anniversary the other day, you know, Seth and Carla, and Seth got chewed up all bad. And I started singing, and Carla went crazy on him. So I think he's probably still receiving first aid from that. I know she had to go get a treatment this morning for something, and so she couldn't be here. But she'll watch a replay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, look here. You know, Ronnie and Dottie, we know that, and there's uh, Vera and Carol and Dot, and Ray and Reba, and don't forget Reba's in the hospital, Rebecca, Susan, Kim Levi, Kim Hamilton, Tammy, Karen, uh, I done messed up a name or two. I got to scrub and went my hand on it. Jackie and Molly and Christina, Debbie, Janet, Sandy, Michelle, Alexis, Tanya, I think it's Grace, Bruce, and Wolf Pup. Katie and Debbie. Okay. Now, all right, we're going to start us a new list on Wednesday, because I got this one all messed up. So keep those guys in your prayer. And on the birthdays, or any birthdays or any anniversaries today, tomorrow or yesterday, Saturday, whenever, I'm looking. Any birthday. This might be a day of no birthdays. Someone's waiting for a scan. They get to see the name. I pray your scan's going to be good. All right, Sherry, let's go see. She has may have possibly have lung cancer. God bless you. Denise got a birthday. Okay. Yeah, prayed for Jamie. Yeah, Jamie, yeah, she got bit. That bug got her. That what do you call that thing? Denise has a birthday. Shelly Smith. Okay, Shelly. Okay. Yeah, keep Jamie in her prayers. She's a sweetheart, Jamie is. True sweetheart. Darlene has a birthday. Denise and Darlene. Where's my pencil? Hang on. You ever drop something and it's always just too far away? You start stretching, then you get, oh, that hurt. Denise and Darlene. Anybody else? Denise and Darlene. Yeah, Lester and Jamie make a good team. They truly do. They truly do. All right, I got 2 birthdays. 2 ladies. So you got time, ladies. Put some welding gloves on or something so you don't bite your hands and stuff. My welding gloves are thick. I don't think you can bite through them, but you know, you catch an old wild cat or something with them, trying to move him around, or you get rid of him, or what are you trying to do with him, and or a coon, and they start, and you can feel the pressure. That's enough to scare you to death. Okay. Good morning, Mary Coke. Pray for Mary. I don't get to read all these things coming by, guys, so I try to catch them best I can. Or put bubble wrap on it. There you go. Yeah. At least you hear the little bubbles popping. Like the kids do. They'll get some out of a package, lay it on the floor and stomp on it, make it pop. All right, yeah. Get ready. Well, I hope your ears don't bleed. Here we go. I'm saying to two people, Denise and Darlene. That's all I got. Oh yeah, and I've got our prayers for our pets that people have turned in, and we don't want to forget them because we do pray for our pets. I got Ellie Mae, Max, Lacey, Buster, and Bubba. That's our pets that got issues, health issues, and we don't want to forget them. Okay, Ellie Mae, Max, Lacey, Buster, and Bubba. Not my Buster. Y'all prayed him. Y'all prayed him well. He's fine. He's bona fide. Okay. Here we go. Happy birthday, guys. Here we go. Ready? Hang on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Denise and Darlene. Happy birthday to you. All right. I can gnashing of teeth, they call it, going on right now. All right. Yeah, happy birthday, guys. All seriousness. Yep. All right, here. Get my cup back up there. When did my dog start howling? I don't know. Cha cha cha. Yeah, that's right. Can't forget that. Yeah, chat's fast. It's hard to follow sometimes. It truly is for me because the names go by, the scrolling by, and they're small. You know, anyway, they go by real fast. You know. Thank you, darling. That's so sweet. All right, Mary. Thank you. Your son, Michael. Yes, praying for him. We'll start our new list on Wednesday. Try to get all these names on there. There's been some new names today, like Michael and stuff, and we'll try to get all them on there on Wednesday, okay? Now time for a bathroom break. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Maybe bad, ain't that bad. All right. I've got to let my cows back out today. I can't keep them up on that hay forever to keep building a fence. So I'm gonna go back today, being or not. And I think I can fix a couple of T-posts and some barbed wire. And where I found they had got out. I think that's the only place they're trying to get out. We need to do a lot of fencing back on that river. It's going to take a lot of help on this. It's long stretches that need the river, you know, comes through and plays havoc on the fence. And that's where we're at now is what happened. The fences catch all that old debris, washes down, washes through the woods and hooks on these fences and wants to push them, lean them over. So Dad goes down last year and there's all kinds of debris and straw and leaves and sticks. So he sets the fence on fire to burn the debris off. Well, that was good, but there's also some wooden posts there. They got burnt down too. So we gotta go back and drive some T-posts there and get that fence all back up. But it's tough. It's tough back here in them woods. Yeah, they are setting the toilet. They did a great job in that bathroom. I'm gonna tell you what, they set the toilet. And like I say, Kim's got to get a couple of bolts that was missing and put it together, whatever. And then they set the medicine cabinet and then there's also another cabinet that Tina had got that matches the where the sink stuff is. What do you call that thing? You know what it's talking about. You know, it matches it. And it's on, they got it all on the wall. And then the light, the light, got the light all going right with the switch and stuff. So yeah, the bathroom size, just Buddy coming in and hooking everything up, uh, they let put the faucets all in, you know, in the lavatory there, and buddy come in and hook all that up. It'll be ready except for underneath where that's where me and Ben will be. Well, they will be underneath the house, and I'll be supervised. You know, they need supervision. They need. Okay. Dan told me, said, Dad, don't let Mom use the toilet yet. I said, I'm not, but I'm gonna make her get out of the house. And because I think he said, you know, the minute she gets water over, she's moving over here. I said, that's fine. Me and Buster ain't coming until everything's over here. We ain't gonna come over here, half house here and half a house over there. We ain't doing it. Me and Buster staying. And Woody, Woodlaw, he'll go where I go. Yeah, we always think about you, Vera. But you've been down this road before, sweetie. You beat it, and you're gonna beat it again. I have all the confidence in the world. You're tough. You're a lot like my daughter Tina, tough as boot leather. You are. All right, so we're about to run out of time. Is there anything else? Thank you. You love me? I love you too. I do. Hey, boys. Hey, little birdie. Come look here. Come here, birdie. Birdie, birdie, birdie. Birdie, 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 birdie. Now, little birdie went to groomers. Tell everybody. Say, look at me. Look at me today. Little Woody gets to go tomorrow. Look at them two out there behind in the dirt. It's just dirt everywhere. Don't you get dirty, okay? Do not get dirty, Birdie. Buster's trying to roll them up. He rolled them up. Good morning. You love me? You sweet baby. There she goes. Sweet. She gets so upset with her, but she loves her so much. She says, I went to get her to groomers, and she says she was so excited to see me when I come in the door. And then she said, got in the car, Lisa, and she would not get out of my lap. She sat just about like this all the way home. I'm trying to drive, and she would not get it. She was loving her so much. All right, go play. Here's another one, Buster. Roll her up. It is so much fun watching these guys play. I can sit and watch these little guys play all day long. And Buster being the leader of the pack. They get to run and he'll just roll them in the dirt. He can roll them. And we go in the house, I guess because of all that open floor, some folks said, oh, I couldn't stand that. Well, it's fun. To me, it's fun. G is a little upset with them. But you have 6 little dogs, 6, wrestling all over the house. And then they chasing each other because it's wide open floors right now. They can just run and slide, you know. So I ended up sitting there laughing at them the whole time. She put them out, make them go out. All right, guys, I don't know what else I can tell y'all besides I love you. Hope y'all have a great day, each and every one of you. Praying for these guys that asking for the prayers. You know, I have a belief, but we're told, you know, and again, I'm not going to preach to you, but the Bible tells us that, you know, God says pray, you know, unceasingly, I think the word is, but so we pray for folks. And I think not only us praying for them, when they're asking for prayer, God knows they're believing in that prayer, you know, and sometimes I think the prayers we're asking for, we don't get the answer we want, you know, we see it all the time. But that's because there's a plan, there's a bigger purpose out there than what we're looking at. And it may not understand it. We will one of these days. That's my sermon for the day. I'm through preaching at you. I'm gonna preach it, G. Hey, you gotta straighten up, girl. I ain't gonna tolerate it. So anyway, I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. And I can't wait to get this video out about what these little girls are going to do with that pig. I can see it now. And Bree's excited too. She said the little piggy would love having him over here with her. Because he's over here now by himself. And Bree's out here all day long petting all that, scratching his tummy and all that stuff. But when it was in the yard, he'd come up on the patio and wouldn't let Feather and him sleep. He's trying to sleep and start rooting on them and making them get up. And she said, I can't stand it. So he got moved. But once I get over here, little Mary Ann and Ginger for sure, and maybe Baby, if Baby wants to, will live over here with the pig. Yeah, it's gonna be a sight to see. Yeah, I guarantee you there'll be some battles out there. I love y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great day. Keep everybody in prayers, guys, and yeah, I love y'all. And I'll be talking to y'all come Wednesday. Good Lord's willing. I'll have a video every day though. And I'm gonna get that old video out probably next week of Dusty and his bike. He had such a great time at bike. I was so proud. And Jill had a birthday yesterday, so that'll be on your next Sunday video, okay? I love y'all. Y'all have a great day.